was unquestioned a magnificent obsession. He thought of its moral and material development. In one of his travels, he said, "I love my native land. No matter how beautiful Europe may be, I like to return to the Philippines." Rizal died blessing her and wishing her the dawn of her redemption. He wrote, "I die without seeing the day dawn of my native land. For those who shall see it, greet it but forget not those who fell in the darkness of the night." Rizal sacrificed his life and family all for his country. The second is education of the masses. Education is a way to development. Education strengthens the cultural and moral fiber of the people. Education makes the government more responsive to the needs of the people. It was Rizal who said, "The school is the basis of the society. The school is the book in which is written the future of the nation. Show us the school of the people, and we shall show you who those people are." And he wrote further, "Knowledge is the heritage of mankind, but only the courageous inherit it." And this is addressed to our students today and the students that will come after you. The next is about the rule of law. It means a government of laws and not of men. Whoever you are, whether rich or poor, professional or not, white or colored skin, highest or lowest official, law must be applied equally, equitably, and righteously. That is why when Rizal was in America, he mentioned that America is a country par excellence, but only for the white and not for the brown or for the black. He saw the discrimination in that country and witnessed the set of laws for white and colored people. The other is the economic development. Rizal wanted the development of agriculture, considering that the Philippines was dependent on agriculture. He believed that the establishment of cooperatives will boost agricultural production. These economic policies were spearheaded by Rizal himself in the Pitan as a prisoner without bar. He envisioned the establishment of business like copra and hemp production. Although the world today is being developed as an economic world, we cannot deny the fact that the Philippines is still an agricultural economy. And whether we like it or not, we need to develop our agriculture so that we shall not be able to make the necessary importation of other agricultural commodities from other countries. Yung po sinasabi ni Rizal hanggang ngayon, totoo pa. Loyal to cultural heritage. He appreciated Filipino customs and racial traits. When he was only 8 years old, he admonished his people to love and cherish his native tongue. Remember the famous words? Ano yung famous words na kinanta ni Florante? Yung ako isang Pinoy, ang hindi magmahal sa kanyang salita ay higit pa sa hayop at malansang isda. Although Rizal knew, how many languages did Rizal know? Rizal knew 22 languages, and he loved most his native tongue. Language is the thought of the people. He refused to be Hispanized or Americanized or Europeanized, and until his death, he was a citizen of the only country he loved most, Pilipinas. The reason why Rizal wrote several articles and novels in Spanish was because for the Spanish authorities to understand and even analyze the many writings that he had. The other is the preservation of human rights and justice. He maintained that persons have inalienable, inviolable, and sacred rights granted by God. These rights could not be trampled down or taken away from the individuals without violating God's purpose. We have also the constitutional and statutory rights, as said by Dr. Jose Rizal. Man is born equal and without shame. He explained that justice is giving everyone his due, and Rizal commented, justice is the foremost virtue of the civilizing races. We have the provision of the Philippine Constitution that no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, and property, and no person shall be denied the equal protection of the law. In our Constitution, we have the freedom of press, freedom of speech, freedom from discrimination, we have the labor laws, but we need to make the necessary beautiful provisions of the Philippine Constitution in the so-called actual reality. Participation in government affairs. Rizal favored a democratic republic. He believed in popular sovereignty through honest, peaceful, sacred, and orderly elections. Leaders must not occupy the governments through guns, gold, and goons. People of all sectors must contribute their efforts in promoting and helping good governance. Good government management eradicates corruption, and good management redounds to the welfare of the people. Remember the 2004 elections, the 2007 elections? They are now actually in the forefront, being questioned. And accordingly, the worst elections ever in the history, in the annals of the history of the Filipino people. World unity and brotherhood of nations. Before the establishment of the League of Nations, before the establishment of the United Nations Organization, ASEAN, NATO, etc., Rizal actually worked and delivered many articles on the brotherhood of man, world unity, and the brotherhood of nations. Rizal is a cosmopolitan being, binanggit ni Ambassador kanina, a universal man. From nationalism to internationalism is one big step. Out of one's love for country springs love for the world, and out of one's love for a nation flows one's love for mankind. He opened that man belongs to the family of mankind. Love for the family. The family is a social and inviolable institution. It is not only a mere contract, not a piece of paper. Its nature and consequences are governed by laws. It is a sacred agreement in the eyes of God and society. Rizal's love for his family is boundless. Meron siyang sulat sa kanyang ina bago siya binaril. Ang sabi niya to Doña Teodora Alonso, nakalagda doon, Rizal, wala nang ibang sinabi bilang pagmamahal ng isang anak sa kanyang ina. Naruna sa blankang iyon ang lahat ng ibig sabihin ng isang anak na nagmamahal sa kanyang ina. And faith in God, he never left. He never left the Catholic religion. He always believed in God. Rizal believed that God guides the destiny of many nations. He wrote that someday all men have to answer for the deeds on earth to the divine. God is the reason for our being, the justification of our existence, and people were created to His image and likeness. We are now being challenged. We love our family. We long for peace for our country. And we aim for the economic prosperity and emancipation of our people from the bondage of poverty and misery. We dream of leaving behind good deeds and legacies to be inherited by our children and the generations yet unborn. And Rizalism is the answer, a key to peace, progress in our country. Let us remember the 1,000 heroes who suffered and died so that we may live in prosperity. They perished in the prime of their youth. They left this world for our country and people. Shall we forget Lapu-Lapu Macdan? Melchor Aquino of the Kababaihan? Are we going to forget Niloy Aquino of Tarlac and Tarmac? Bonifacio of the Katipunan? Antonio Luna of Cabanatuan? Gregorio del Pilar of Tirat Pas? Are we going to forget these people? Are we going to forget the revolutionaries of the Philippine Revolution and the soldiers and guerrillas who died and fought during the Second World War? They left us because they love our country and they love peace and security. Brothers, sisters, and leaders of the different participating schools, I challenge you to become good leaders of government and business, to become good leaders in your school, to participate in nation building, gain true self-reliance, and embrace values education, to lead the government on their own brand of nationalist, pro-people, and pro-God, to work for peaceful Philippines, clean, safe, and habitable earth, to become more responsible and respectful to their elders and other people, to reap life bounty by knowing beforehand the significance of perseverance, integrity, honesty, and loyalty, and to be loyal to our cultural heritage. What will be our action? We need to act now. Tomorrow will be too late. Youth, you are not only the hope of the fatherland. Hindi lamang po kayo ang inaasahan namin. Kayo po ang susunod sa amin na gagawa ng aming iiwan. All these challenges are within the orbit of results, principles, thoughts, and vision addressed principally to each one of you, to each one of us. You are that shining candle, and may you never get tired of sharing your light to others. Ang isang kandila, pag yan ay sinindihan natin, hindi naman mawawalan ng kinang ang isang kandila kung ang ilaw niya ay isi-share sa atin. You are our future heroes, and like Rizal, heroes never carve their name on marble columns for early fame. They build instead a legacy that springs out of life lived for the King of Kings. You are the vanguard. You are the fair hope of the motherland. And you are the leaders. And Rizal and the rest of the heroes and the rest of the leaders await you, O youth. So sa ngalan po ng ating Supreme Council and Council of Elders sa International Headquarters sa Manila, bumabati po kami